Hey. Thank you for tuning in to KAZ Radio TV. It's your girl, Angela, with another episode of No More Triggers. Before we get started, I would like to do my shout outs. So the first shout out I have is for Clint. He does glass, auto glass repair. Now, he just repaired my window, my glass out of my car yesterday. And when I say it didn't take him no time, it didn't take him no time. It took him literally like, I want to say 30 to 45 minutes. It was real quick, in and out. I didn't have to wait for the glue to dry or anything. And he has very, very reasonable prices. So if you need your window fixed in your car or anything like that, I highly recommend Clint. His telephone number is 216-376-3404. Again, that's Clint, and he does auto glass repair. My next shout out will be to Solomon Park on No Static Radio. Hey, Solomon. I knew Solomon for some years, and it was funny how we met. That was a funny story, but check him out on No Static Radio. He be live on Tuesdays from 7 to 9. And also, he is a fitness coach. He is a bodyguard, and he also do private security. So if you need any of those needs, please get with Solomon Park. His number is 216-370-2471. That is 216-370-2471. You can also go on his Facebook page, Solomon Polk. And last but not least, my shout out is to my beautiful guest again, Denise Powers. Hey, yes, and the lovely viewers. Thank you. Thanks you guys for the people who watched the very first one all the way till now. Thank you. I appreciate the support. Appreciate the love. If you would like to be a guest on my show, inbox me, Angela Lane. Give me a call. If you have my number, I'm not displaying it as of yet. Or go on my website, www.aclproductions.com. No, .org. I changed it. So it's www.aclproductions.org. And you can go on there and you can inquire about being on the show. If you want to have a shout out, or you want to advertise your business on my podcast, just let me know. Send me an inbox on Facebook, again, Angela Lane. Instagram, Miss Independent A Lane, or my website, www.aclproductions.com. Now, with further ado, I would like to introduce again our guest, Denise Powers, aka Flaming D. She will be telling her not complete, but we're going to hear her story. We want to listen to Denise's story. I want to be on the same level as Denise when she's telling her story. I want to feel her pain. I want to feel her happiness. I want to feel her relief, her everything. I want to feel it. So without further ado, I'm going to turn the mic over to you.
Hey, how you guys doing? Thank you again for tuning in. If you guys watched the last show, thank you, everybody. My name is Denise Powers, motivational speaker, mentor, and model. Radio host name Flaming D. Thank you guys for supporting me. Today I'm going to be telling my story, how I became a motivational speaker. I'm going to tell my scars and hope to heal somebody. And as y'all know, y'all can see the outcome. You know, I'm beautiful, blessed, and living in success. So God is amazing. So I was 2 years old. I got burned. I fell in a hot bucket of scalding water. I had skin grafts. My mother tried to boil some water. We didn't have hot water. And if anybody know, I love to dance. I'm very clumsy. Yes, I move around a lot. So one took 5 seconds of her turning around, and I got into that water. And that gave me a whole lot of peer pressure, a whole lot of being talked about, a whole lot of name calling, toasty, burn, crispy. You know, they made me feel like I wasn't beautiful. You know, they made me feel like I couldn't love myself. So growing up in school, I got talked about a lot. I felt like I didn't fit in. I tried so much because with my personality, I'm like, I'm ready. You know, you can be my friend. Don't try to be funny, you know. You be friends with Denise, you know. So it was very hectic growing up in school. I would say I was going to Hamilton Rec and I tried to swim. Girl can't swim worth a lick. I tried to swim and trying to swim. Some kids jumped out of my pool because they were scared of my burn marks. And after that, I never went swimming. I never went swimming. Still don't know how to swim to this day, but I would go swimming now. But back then, I didn't go swimming. So, you know, I dealt with a lot of fighting, you know, trying to defend myself, being talked about. I took summer school, gym and summer school, South High. You know, I'm K-House fan. You know, I went to Kennedy. You know, all y'all good Eagles out there was popping. You know, yes, I went to Kennedy. I experienced a lot. If anybody know, I fought a lot. I got talked about a lot. I couldn't wait to get in Kennedy. I'm telling you, I'm like, I'm about to meet this next football player. I'm about to date somebody because I'm tired of being talked about. A girl like me, yes, this about to stop. You know, you don't want to be... I need to switch up. So I wore my sister clothes. You know, I wore everybody clothes. Man, I even came upon some money one time and couldn't wait to go shopping. Get the Jordans. I had the three-way pager. If y'all remember, I had the chirp, you know. Yes, I had all that. And
so you was ready.
I was ready. But you know what? I say in high school, I built a whole reputation that young women should not want. You know, I opened up to disrespecting myself. I wanted so much attention. I didn't care how I got it. I was so, like, people don't understand how I feel to be talked about. Like, you know, like back in our school years, they didn't care how they was hurting you. You know, I used to try out for cheerleading, you know, torch, whatever it was. I wanted to try out because I wanted to be popular. It didn't work. But around that time of me trying to be popular, I was experiencing trauma at home. I got molested by my real father around the time I'm in high school, you know, so it really messed me up mentally. I opened up to a principal in Kennedy, and they took me to child services. They took me to kids. My mom and father came and got me. I experienced my father going through a lot of pain. You know, they found him in Wood Hill trying to, you know, kill himself and commit suicide. You know, it didn't work. You know, by the grace of God, he's still living. But I've went through a lot. Being molested by my real father was the most traumatic thing I could ever experience. On top of putting myself out there in all the wrong ways, you know, it was very hard. It was very hard. I didn't love myself. I didn't know love, you know. I was already in the streets, so it's like, dang, you already in the streets? Your daddy molests you, you know, and I'm my father's only little girl. So I'm like, if I'm my father's only little girl, how could you do something like that to your only little girl?
Right.
You know, if this is how real world is, then what's the point? I might as well just live life how I've been living it. So I was in the streets. I was house to house. I was having sex with everybody. Baby, my number's high. My number's high. I ain't gonna tell y'all what my numbers is, but I can sit here and admit that I disrespected myself a whole lot growing up. And I couldn't wait to find love. I met someone working at Wendy's and was in my 20s, my early 20s. And me and him, I didn't care. I didn't look at his background, y'all. I didn't even care what it was. He showed me a little type of love and affection, made me feel like I was a queen. I'm like, finally, Lord. Finally, you know, I got somebody that treat me like I'm just so amazing and stuff. And when I met him, you know, he went to jail. He was like, I got into it with my baby mama, you know. I believed him. You know, of course we're gonna believe him. I'm in lust right now. I'm living my great happiness life. So yes, I believe everything he's telling me. He said it was just an argument. Babe, I'm about to go do 6 months. I'm coming back, you know. So I waited for him that 6 months. I was happy, waited for him. I got the money up, you know, had a house together. When he came home, we got married. Yes, we had my daughter. I was pregnant with my daughter. But throughout our marriage, once we got married, I dealt with domestic violence. I dealt with getting beat.
So, I don't want to interrupt
you can interrupt. Go ahead.
Your story, I just want to get this straight. So, it wasn't until after y'all got married.
Yeah, it was after we got married.
Gotcha.
It was after we got married, baby. He came home. And we went to the Justice Center. We went down there. We had on our jeans. We didn't care. We like, I do. Ghetto is every ghetto first marriage I ever had, but I was happy. So I did not care. But yes, we got married. And when I say, I'm thinking he was going to be the most amazing thing in the world because his family is in the church. His father, his uncle, a pastor. You know, I'm like, we doing it the right way. We getting married first. We having my daughter. No, this man was so insecure. I couldn't look left or right. And he heard so much stories about me, you know, so it was hard for him to even think that, you know, I was faithful to him. Because like I said, if y'all remember at the beginning, I messed up my past. You know, I was in the streets before I met him. You know, I disrespected myself so much. That's why I tell women, you know, don't get too comfortable settling. Because you're going to have to own up to what you do. It's going to come back on you. No matter how you feel you a woman and you can do whatever you want, it's going to come back on you. Baby, I couldn't be happy for nothing. Not only am I getting beat, getting my clothes ripped off me, getting choked up in front of my kids because I might be looking at a person or I'm coming in to work late or he has insecure problems, but, you know, I can't do nothing. You know, I cut my family out. My family was trying to be there for me. I worked at the auto parts store, and everybody knew I was getting beat on. That was like my second family. They knew that Denise was getting beat.
The scars, were they visible?
Oh,
So
he never hurted me on my face.
Gotcha.
Never, baby. Never hurted me on my face, but everywhere else, yes. Like you can see it.
So how could they tell that you were being abused if
my expression, y'all know I'm jolly.
it's the whole change of demeanor,
It's the whole change
right?
of demeanor. But I was like that, but they could tell the real and the fake. If you real close to me, you could tell if I'm coming to work, like, hey, or no, I'm best friend. Something ain't right with you. What's up?
Right.
I'm about to, you know, my best friends wanted to beat him up so bad.
And
But they
that's
knew I was going to go back to him. That's one thing you got to realize.
Yep.
Everybody told you, when we are ready to let go, that's when family going to step in. Ain't no point of family stepping in if you going to go right back to that person. And I always went back.
Yeah.
I was so in lust, I took up for him, man. I got into it with my sisters. I felt I needed that power. You know, I had that power, so I couldn't wait to tell my sister, like, get out.
But that is
Get out. You disrespecting my husband.
A clear message. I just want to make sure everybody heard that. That was a very, very clear message that you have to pay attention to your loved ones. If they are acting out of character, not like their normal self, something is wrong. Something is going on. You know, you was trying to still put on your persona, but people can
no,
tell.
my sister did not care, baby. My sister,
You can still
yes,
tell. that
she
something
did
was
not
wrong with
care.
you.
She
So
was like,
please,
I know you
people,
hitting on my sister.
pay
I'm not
attention to
having
your
it.
loved ones.
But me,
Yes.
me in general, taking up for him, I kicked her out. I said, you disrespected my home, where I stay at. I'm married to this man. You know, I felt I had to have his back, you know, on a spiritual level. But, you know, my family was trying to be there for me.
Did you realize that at the time?
No. I mean, I did, but you know, when you in love, you blindsided. And I was so blindsided. I wanted my own happiness. I'm tired.
Yep.
Like, if y'all understand, I done been burned. I done been fighting. I done been abused mentally. And now I'm sitting here finally trying to find love, and he beating me too. So it's like, I messed up. I'm stuck.
Right.
Like, my sisters, y'all go home to y'all husbands. Y'all happy. Y'all got your own little foundation built. And I'm stuck in here not knowing how to get out. I know y'all trying to help me, but I'm not ready.
Always easier said than done.
Yes,
People
I
are like,
wasn't
why don't you
ready.
just leave? Why don't you just walk out? It's not that easy, especially
Man,
when you
listen.
have kids involved.
We got into it. I called the police. They made him leave. They made him leave, so he went to his mother's house. Mammy, we staying on Kinsman. We staying on Kinsman. His mother stay in Maple. It was cold. When I say it was cold, it was raining or either snowing, I'm not sure. But he walked all the way from Maple to Kinsman and said, if you do not open up this effing door, you think that man cared? So that's why I tell women, if you're in a domestic violence situation, baby, they don't care where you at. They gonna find a way to you. He did not care, baby. Was the scary real? Yes. He did not care. He did not care, so
let's go a little more into detail about some of these incidents of what he, physically, did to you. I know you said he wouldn't hit you on your face, so your scars wasn't.
Oh, I got choked up. I got
But let's
slammed.
go into a little more detail. I just want to, like what got him to that point? You being yourself, you not agreeing with what he was saying.
I'm a very friendly person. He was very insecure. Me being well known, I can look at somebody can see me. I can talk to people. I worked at the auto parts store and he worked at Taco Bell. So it's like if he come, he'll take it as if I'm trying to talk to him. Can't hold a conversation too long with somebody. You know what I'm saying? If you holding that conversation too long and it don't look like y'all talking about auto parts, he's in his feelings. I can't talk to somebody about fixing my car. Man, we can't be in the store and somebody be like, "What's up, Denise?" I better not say what's up back. You understand me? I be trying to keep my face still like, please don't speak. That's what I'm saying in my head. Like, please do not speak to me. Please do not speak to me. But they don't know what I'm going through.
Right.
They do not know what I'm going through. So they're speaking. And I'm like, oh my God. But yeah, as soon as we got in that car, it was over. Like, B, you think I'm stupid? You think I'm stupid? You just mess with that nigga, you mess with it. So yes, the insecure level was on 1,000.
So even with you knowing that he has those insecurities, would you ever still blame yourself or put it on yourself? Like, what is it that I'm not doing? Why do he keep, why is he, do I need to be more clingy? Were you questioning yourself?
I mean, I was always trying to do the right thing, as his wife, but mentally, I didn't know what was right or wrong. I was lost. I can't tell you if this was right, if this was wrong. All I wanted was happiness. That's it. I was not doing nothing right. Because in general, a woman should not accept any abuse from a man. Exactly. And I didn't know that at that time. It took, if I go longer in my story or past in my story, I can't even go that far until I tell y'all my last incident that got me out of it. Mm-hmm. But we was in the auto parts store. I couldn't get him out. I mean, tremendous. More than 10 incidents my boss on my job is seeing. Him coming in there. Yes. Yes. I kept my job till I couldn't keep it no more. I lost my job. All my friends that I built with in my job, they was like family. They was like family. So they was very supportive. They knew my situation. So they used to message me and they used to be like, if you need anything, I'm here for you. But I didn't delete the messages, y'all. I said it in my last show, if y'all remember. If you're dealing with a domestic violence person, please delete messages. Please. And I did not delete them. I did not delete them. I didn't think to delete them. I didn't even think he would look at my phone of them offering help because they knew I had a baby, And when he seen the messages, he went out. Let me tell y'all, he was about to do 6 months again. Because he had problems of his own. Mm-hmm. And by me keep on calling the police on him and his record, he had to do them 6 months, Mm-hmm. So he was about to go to do 6 months. So he was kicking it outside his first night before we go to court that Monday. And I did not know. I promise you, I did not know he looked at the messages. I wish I know. I got off of work. I'm in the house. He out. And he just came in on 1,000. Like, oh, you effing so-and-so. You effing so-and-so. You texting these niggas. I swear, I got beat so bad. I got dragged from the living room to the basement steps. I got dragged down them concrete steps. I couldn't move. So I didn't know what he was going upstairs for. I'm in the basement, not being able to move. He run upstairs to go get a wooden bat. I got beat with a wooden bat. You understand me? He beat me so bad. I'm screaming, help. Like, oh, you cheating on me? You cheating on me? You effing these dudes on me? You messing around with me on me? I'm not doing nothing. Do you understand me? That day, I promise you, I never believed in lifetime movies to that day. My daughter is in her crib, sleep. You understand me? I'm fearing for my
I was
life.
just about to ask you that.
Yes.
Was there any time that you thought, oh my God, this is it?
I didn't think I was going to make it, y'all. I promise you. Just remembering that bat being swung at me, I got the car seats thrown at me and everything. I don't know what was in this man's head. I don't know if he went out and he did water, came home because he was on drugs, but came home. Everybody was telling me, I didn't believe him. But yes, came home and damn near killed me. Damn near killed me. And after he was done beating me, he ran a bubble bath water for me. He ran some water for me. And he put me in the tub. Yes. Alcohol, water bath, put me in the tub and told me I better find my way out that tub to his daughter. So he left. After putting me in the tub, he left. He left the house. I tried to run. I tried to run the fence and he grabbed me. He said, please do not run because if you run, the police gonna come. But after that tub, soaking in that tub, I crawled myself to the bed naked. When I woke up, I couldn't move. I instantly called my cousin. To this day, I love my cousin. Her name is Tatiana Carlisle. I love my baby.
What's her name again?
Tatiana Carlisle.
Right.
Tatiana Carlisle. That is my baby. That's my savior. She saved my life. I would not know what to do. I called her. I said, please come and get me and help me. I'm crying. Like literally, she came. She got me. She called the ambulance. She thought we can go to the hospital on our own, but I couldn't move. I couldn't move. So when the ambulance came, they tried to get me to walk. I couldn't walk. They had to slide me down the steps in a sladder. Never experienced that a day in my life. Never experienced that in a day in my life. So going through all that, I'm in the hospital.
And he was still gone at this point.
He was gone. He was gone at that time, but he knew something was up. He knew something was up. I believe he knew something was up, because I'm in the hospital. His family was contacted. My father, my mom, everybody was like, Denise, you better call the police. I'm calling the police now, and I damn near lost my life. So I called the police, and that following Monday, all this happened on the weekend, so that following Monday, he went to court. They did not release him. They did not release him. They did not release him, so he was stuck in jail with no bond. No bond at all. I dealt with family, baby. If you are a man and you are the only son, your mama is overprotective of you, baby. A mother do not play about their child. They don't care if their child is in the wrong because his mother was on my A. Wow. She was like, you knew he was beating you and you took that and you trying to take my son away from me. You trying to take my son away from me. He was beating you your whole, you know what I'm saying? Yes, I dealt with whole family attacking me, going at me mad. Yes, I went to the hospital. I came home. I could not take care of myself. And I'm going to tell y'all, in my story, I told y'all my father molested me. My father was the one that took care of me. My father and his wife is the one that took care of me. Really? Yes. I don't tell everybody this, but I'm being honest. So I'm letting you guys know how strong my story is. The same man that molested me was the same man that took care of me and my daughter when I got beat.
Can I ask this question? Did your father get saved at any point?
Did he get saved?
Do you think like he had
I think God gave him a second chance.
That's what I was trying
to say. I think God gave him a second chance.
God came into his life and he realized his wrongs, and that what made him. Plus, I mean, of course, that was your stepfather, so he felt like that was his obligation. But still, do you feel it was more? Also, the fact that from what happened in the past now. Let me show her.
In his head, probably, but out in open, he lived a lie. So, you know what I'm trying to say? In his head, he probably was like, I know I hurt my daughter. Because this is my real father. That's not no stepfather. Right. This is my real blood father. This is my biological father. So, I feel like in his head, he know he did his only daughter wrong. So, mentally, yes, he want to come home and, be there for me, and try to make up for what he did wrong. But on the outside, it's like nobody knows because this the same man that
have he ever spoke it and said this is what I did?
No. Okay. No. He hasn't. He's not. He's ashamed. He's not. Yeah. He's not. Like, come on now, let's be honest. What man is gonna actually say, I did this to my daughter. No,
I mean,
nobody.
really want forgiveness and really wants to, I feel like if it's really in their heart and,
And I was looking for that. Don't get me wrong.
know.
I've been looking for that my whole
I'm still looking
life.
for it,
And
too.
we'll get to that towards the end. But yes, my father took care of me. I had to ring doorbells. He was actually in a good, relationship, had a beautiful woman. Him and his woman took care of my daughter. I couldn't hold my daughter. So I get a call the next day. I'm like, oh my God, what is they calling me back for? And they called me back and they said, we got to do surgery on your arm. Your arm is broken. I now carry 5 screws in my arm. For everybody that know my arm, I have 5 screws that can't go straight the rest of my life. So yes, that bat broke my arm and left me with 5 screws in my arm. So
Is that basically the one memory that you have on your body?
oh yeah,
that
this
will
this ain't
remind you?
going nowhere. This ain't going nowhere at all. So yes, I went through a lot.
How does that make you feel when you go and look
Oh,
at
I'm
it?
a survivor. I'm that bad person, baby.
So you can look at it
yes,
now
I
and
can
be
look at
like-
it and say I made it out. I'm that stuff. It could have been worse.
Yeah.
My arm
It
could have been gone.
Could've
know,
been gone.
it could have been
The
gone. It could have
mindset
been
couldn't
cut
be
off.
there. Every time you look at it, it could set off a trigger.
Yeah,
Anything, But
And-
that's so.
Yeah.
You're so blessed. You've been through a lot, and God has seen that you needed Him.
Yeah. So,
know.
I mean,
He
after
put you
do things for a reason.
Yeah, everything happened for a reason, and He put you through that to make you who you are today.
thank you.
And I'm just a real firm believer in that. Like I said, I knew Denise from the Hamilton days. We wasn't like best of friends. We didn't kick it every day, nothing like that. But I knew you, and through the connection of another person, we actually, connected back. And with him even saying your name, it was like, I know that name.
Hey, that's God. That's God. Because
Yeah.
to touch bases on that person she's talking about saved my life, you guys.
Yes.
That's how I got this glow. This is how I got this glow. Shout out to Sean. Yes, he is amazing. He was from church. In Burger King, he grabbed me and he said, come to my church. Baby, my first day going to church, I had on some heels, a short dress. I didn't know how you was supposed to dress going to church, but I knew Lord was calling me to church. He was calling me to get saved. So when everybody asks me why am I so spiritual, that is why I'm so spiritual.
Yes.
Everybody got their reasons why they believe in God and their religions, but God brought that man into my life, and he didn't give up on me. He prayed with me. He called me every day. He mentored me. He brought me into church.
Okay. Yeah. That's amazing. And I didn't want to say his name because, I have something kind of cooking in the oven, but it's okay. It's all right. You didn't know. Get in now.
It's okay. I'm saying his name because I'm proud. I'm
No.
thankful.
But what I'm saying, what I was gonna get to is the same person that helped you helped me. He don't know it. So, I wanted to do, something for him, and of course I want to have you here because I feel like just by his talks and his guidance, he did a lot for me, and I'll forever be grateful for him for that. So hello, Sean. Is there anything else you would like to say? I have something for you I want to give you.
I would just like to say thank you guys for tuning in. Please continue to watch Angela Lane's show. Be aware for Speechless Women of God. My podcast launched on my birthday, September 17th. If y'all was on Solomon Park show, y'all heard my intro song called Model It. I want you women to model your scars no matter what you've been through. So September 17th. Be on the lookout for 35 Blessings Manifest, and y'all will be able to hear more of my story, ask more questions. And shout out to Angela Lane for having me, you guys.
You are so welcome, Miss Denise. And I
Hey.
have this for you. I have
No
a
More
No More
Triggers.
Triggers t-shirt, and it has your name on the back.
Woo-woo.
I love
I'm
you so
excited.
much. So this is my thank you gift for you, from me to you. for you being on my show. I really appreciate you. I love
Thank
you with all my heart.
You guys see my shirt? I gotta show it to y'all. My
right, now everybody. Now
my shirt, no more triggers.
This
with
is
my name.
This is the end of my show. I love you guys, and don't forget, don't let the triggers control. Learn how to control the triggers. Don't let the triggers control you. I almost forgot because I'm trying to rush. See y'all later.
Bye.